Hey guys, Susanna here. I'm just walking around. I have to film in my kitchen because my son is at home. I'm here. And I am working on this piece here, which is my the Botanical Beauties. And as you can see, I've worked on it. I pre-did a video and it just turned out terribly. So I'm doing this one. I'm hoping it's going to turn out okay. I showed you how to do a little bit of this bits and pieces, and it's just basically straight stitch and back stitching on here. I sort of kept the colour underneath of what was already under there, and also, you know, what we had painted. I did this bullion knot. I still got to do a little bit more. And as for this piece here, this is my tablecloth. Now I'm going to put that piece up there, and remember this piece here, this was this, and that's the opposite side. I had two pieces of this which originally I had cut out, and I was going to put in a circle like that. I'd cut it in a circle, and then I started stitching, and it was so much work just stitching that down. Was a lot of work. Like, it was because I had to have it in a hoop and it's right in the middle, so I sort of tacked it down with you know, a stitch and then stitched it down. So that's going to be the middle piece. That is going to say like Botanical Beauties, and I was going to do it in a circle and try drawing around it. Just thought I'm just going to do it straight, Botanical Beauties underneath. So I'll pick a font for that, and then I'm going to put, I've got to not move it, this here. So because I've zoomed it in and I really don't want to move it, that is going to go here. And I'm sorry that it's upside down, but that's just the best angle that I could get. So what I want to do is I'm going to probably like stitch that down. And I have a cup of, look, my husband got me this for Christmas. Isn't it cute? Love it. So move this out of the way, and I've got two of my tubs here that was holding my treasure hunt fabrics. And I was wanting to put some, you know, like bits and pieces, and that's probably going to make it a bit too 3D, but I quite like that. The colours just go. What I'm going to do too as well, because it's fairly thin, and on here I wasn't going to sew directly on there and have that, I'm going to actually put something behind it to you know, like cover the back, anything that we stitch on there, but I will stitch the individual elements on there. So I've got some bits and pieces, and I was wanting to put something on the bottom there, and I did have a bit picked out, but I thought I'll have a bit of a sticky beak through here of some of my pieces. See, that might be nice. I'm going to have to put two here, and there's quite a bit of room, and it's pretty small. Look. Okay, hold that down. I mean, it is a vintage piece, and it's quite bulky, but I kind of like it. Maybe a little bit more. It's been, it's got a running stitch on there of quilting, and I don't want to go over that. So we're just picking out bits and pieces. What I might do is I'll turn it upside down so that you guys can see it too. And I'll run back up around there and have a look if it's in camera. Okay, Yeah, not bad. Not bad. So I'll probably do a few bits and pieces, and I've got some more fabrics and stuff here. Pick some of that. So yeah, I'm just gonna grab some bits and pieces from my stash, have a look what works. Got this. There's also this as well. Oh, look, that's, where was this when I was looking for it, eh? That would have been a great piece to stitch down there. And it's already being started. You never know. I still might, because that's a real Pansies one, isn't it? But I do like that, and I've already done it. Now it's annoying. I knew I had something like that, but I'm like, now I find it. So I'm just grabbing a few scraps of some really nice pieces of fabric that are going to go with it. Okay, so it's kind of cute. Make sure that's the right way. Yeah, that's the right one. Okay. Have that on there like that. And I do like this, but it's probably a tad big. But I like that it's got an edge. Wondering if I can find some more lace in here. This is the bits that I used in my Down the Garden path. Here's another piece as well. So raggedy. There's this. Right, yeah. We'll see. And I've got, here's my box. I'll be able to see it. Here's another piece. Here's something else. There's that. Just having a look at some lace elements. Okay, tatting. Okay, this is all my lace. You'll see that's pretty. Okay. Just grabbing some bits and pieces. Okie dokie. Oh my goodness, there's quite a few lace elements in here. I think I had aside quite a few. Now, that has got some lavender on there, and there was a piece. I wonder if you could stick that underneath. Well, that's kind of cute, isn't it? But it means I've got to pull apart the cute little bag, which I'm not adverse to doing. So we'll see. Got this lace. Got this beautiful lace. Oh, I love this lace. See, that might be nice just to add an element. I think this is too bulky. Much as I think it's pretty, I think it's too bulky. Got this from France and I quite like it. So I'm wondering if we could, stitch a bit of an element there. We've got tatting. As much as that's really ratty, it's actually not bad. Or even that, like half. See, that's quite nice. I might, you know. Where's my big scissors? Oh, seriously. I brought them in here because I knew I'd be cutting up fabric. And do you think I can find them? No. Okay. I think we're pretty right with that. Look at this. I think it needs to be cream. I like that and I like that. And I'm contemplating. Oh, that's really pretty. I'm going to add that to something else. I like that. I want something like, I want it in the cream. So the creams are going to stay. Okay. Now, so even that. Is not bad. Even though it's not in the creams. It's got the colours in it. But I really like that, and I think that would be really nice. I reckon I could probably even put it over the top of that to incorporate it in. I do love that too. Maybe when I find my scissors, here they are, I might be able to incorporate some of this, because I do like it. I'm thinking that's probably a better one. We want that, and yeah, that works. That going on there like this, and you know what? Really like this colour. I'm going to grab a little bit of that, and even that goes rather nice. Just the colour is so pretty, because I want to integrate some of the fabric, like put it underneath, have a little bit of fabric, and then see, I haven't done that yet, so I could probably do some of this lace. Have it going over the top, and maybe incorporating it. I don't know if I want to cut that off because it's holding it together, and having it on that one, sitting on there like that. Really like this fabric, so not that fussed with that edging, even though it's going to stop it from fraying. I would like more of a frayed edge, and I'd like a big piece. Having some of that going underneath. Don't mind a little bit of this as well. I think that's really sweet. I'm going to cut that like that, but I probably will end up putting it on an angle, so we'll cut a little bit of it. And I really like this. So, okay, First I need to get some of this. I think this is newer, but Pam looks like Buddha, but the colours work great. So okay, plenty of that. And I saw this too, I reckon I wouldn't mind using some of that. Okay. Yep, stringly bits. Okay. Interesting me doing this upside down. Now, oh, it's probably too much of a pattern on pattern. Yeah, so I might use, oh, careful, this part. Just a small bit of colour. See that diamante sits in there rather nice, and then you can go underneath like that, have that going up, so that's sitting on there. That. Now, it is nice, but I probably could use it for something else. We need something a little more plain. I actually really like that. I love that it's got that corner that's being stitched. Maybe make it there. Nope. What about if I make it? No, it needs to definitely, it's a bit big. I'll just make it smaller. I think there's a mark on there. No, it's not. Okay. Going down so that we can, it's going to go like that. Give this guy a bit of room. Then we're going to go there. Maybe go up. Up and in. So it sits like that. Bit of lace going underneath. Whether it goes up or down, I don't know yet. I was actually contemplating maybe even having some of that. It is pretty. I love these. Keep these in so that don't know. Is there one that's shorter? I think these are like collar cuffs, which I got from France, which are rather pretty, but not sure. Love these because it's tatting. I'm going to keep that to add to some of the others as well. And what I'm thinking, it's already, yep, my piece there, it's already been cut here. So I was thinking of getting 3. Hopefully you can see this. Okay, and putting it underneath and having it sort of sticking out, or have that as the piece that it's sitting on, and maybe sticking this coming in there. That might work. That way if it's sticking out a little bit, it's all good. Okay, now let's see. I have to look for it from your end. A minute, we'll put it up a little. Bring it a bit closer. Lift it up. Here we go. Oh, that's not bad. Seems to be a lot of colour on one side though. So, sorry guys, moving it around everywhere. Okay, I'll do it that way. See whether that way is any better. Yeah, I kind of like it that way. It does need a little bit more colour though. I think we need a bit of green floral, that. I think there's probably a bit too much of that, but I might leave it, and like I did with my Journal of Stitchery, oh my goodness, here we go. Zoom in a little, there we go. Okay. Yeah, with my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, I might, I could probably come in down that way, there we go. Proceed to start stitching it down. It does need something here. What I might do is do the word pansy, rather than pansies. We got Botanical Beauty, so I'll just do pansy, and I'll just do the individual word of these girls, rather than, you know, like all lily or rose or whatever it is we're doing. We will just have the one word. I probably could cut that off a tad, but I really like this. I reckon maybe there. I like the forget-me-nots. That's probably a little better. Okay, so maybe some of this, the colour works. It's quite lovely. Okay. Very old, which is what I love, old and tatty. Okay, just to balance some colour over here, I think. Okay, yep, won't be too ready. Okay, sort of stops that harsh edge. Still contemplating whether I do that the other way around, but for now we are just going to actually pull that down a little further so that, yeah, and I think I'll definitely put the word pansy, and I like that you can see this because I will be stitching the back on that, so maybe I ought to go down just a tad. Yeah, there we go. I put in the middle one? No, definitely the end one. It'll cover that a little bit, that's okay. I think that's good. Methinks. Is it the right way around? I don't know, it's really hard to tell. It's got all these little raggedy edge bits that probably need coming off, but try not to be so pedantic. There we go. So I think that'll work. Okay, well I am probably going to grab my pins and stitch, well, hold them down, maybe in place, and then I might pause and come back. Haven't really done any stitching today, but I've shown you the process that I was wanting to do. I may cut this a little more. Now I've got to stitch this down, so okay, there we go. I do like the little scrolliness of that. Okay. Can't beat vintage tatting. Yeah, have that coming in there like that. Love that. Love that little edge. And it'll go in so that it's like that. Okay. Now, I think that's pretty good. Oop. So in the next video, I may show you, by that time my son will be back, away. Oop. And yeah, he was just home for Christmas and he is staying. My spare room is actually in my studio, and so you know, my husband's gone back to work. We're taking him home tomorrow. Yeah, so in the meantime, just doing a little bit of filming while everything is quiet. So, okay. I hope you all had a really nice Christmas. I'm filming this after your probably, what day is it? So, well, the first Monday was the 1st. So this is probably the 7th of January. So well and truly after Christmas by now, you know, my everyone's sort of into all the new projects that are happening. Yeah, I think I like that. So like, it's a pretty big piece, and then I've still got to stitch botanical gardens along there. So you know, I might stitch that down and leave this, and maybe leave some of that as well, but I'll stitch everything else down and leave the edges, because you don't know what is going to be stuck in, and I might even be able to put some more going out that way. But for now, I think that's pretty good. And so I'm just going to do some more bullion knots here, maybe leave that, and then yeah, I was going to use this, but I might use it on the next one, I think, and have that in the background, and it gives me a bit of time to unpick it. I really love the edges. I think the edges are really quite pretty. So if I unpick it, I can utilise the stitching. So I want to do my own stuff, but I also want to utilise products that people have done before me. This was back in the day when, you know, stitching was, painting was all the rage. So they painted lavender on a little lavender bag. Looks like they used an old doily. There we go. So I'll unpick it, use that lavender in the background, and see, that would even make a good, you know, something for another thing to sit on. So okay guys, well thank you very much. I'll catch you in the next video. Not a great deal of stitching, but at least it gives you a bit of an idea of what I'm going to do. And I didn't really show you too much of the tablecloth in the last video. It was more painting and all that kind of stuff. So finishing it off, like stitching it down, and obviously it's going to be a lot easier for me when I'm back in my studio. So yeah, love how this is coming along, and I'm sure that Corinne's is looking rather beautiful as well. So okay guys, thanks very much, and I'll catch you later. Bye. A minute. Oh, we're gonna stop.